every week that you win or lose 2 in a row, your handicap is always going to fluctuate. Very nice. Well, you play this pretty well.
Hello everybody, this is Ken Cool and I'm here with 10-time world champion Mike Sigel. Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've been around the billiard industry for over 40 years. I've won over 107 professional titles, 6 U.S. Opens, and my biggest claim to fame was I was the technical advisor on the movie The Color of Money with Paul Newman and Tom Cruise. I was the one that did all the shots, taught Tom Cruise how to play, had a great time doing that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here today?
Well, it took me about 20 years of thinking about this, and I've been around the pool world for a long time, and I wanted to create an amateur pool league that would cater to all players regardless of their skill level. Everybody can have a great time, and we're offering millions of dollars in prize money. So if you like shooting pool, this is the league to be on.
That's amazing. So somebody like me who likes to play pool
Right.
can be in a league that you've designed?
Yes.
And is there anywhere in the country?
This is all over right now we're launching in the United States and Canada. We will be in different countries later on. But the whole idea of this is to get players or people that like to shoot pool but are not so proficient. So what we've done is we've devised this handicap where almost any 2 players are equal regardless of their previous experience. So that way everybody can enjoy playing. So we feel this thing's going to grow very quickly. And again, we are offering much more money than any league in existence today. So people are going to have a lot of fun and a chance to win great prizes.
Wow. Can you show me how it works?
Well, we have some people here. We can get some teams together and let's go over to a table and check it out.
That sounds great.
All right. In the past 20 years, I've developed a great handicap system that makes almost any 2 players equal regardless of previous experience. Whether you're an advanced player or a total beginner, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun on this league. The better players, they don't need so many ball in hands. This is what they do anyway. So it's a big evener for a person to get 2 ball in hands. Now let's see the massive break now.
One more thing too.
Nice break. Let me explain a little bit how the handicap system works. Because we're starting from scratch, all players will be a 3. And what that means is this. Every time a player is at the table, when it is their turn, their inning, each player playing a game of 8-ball can pick the cue ball up at any time and position it on the table, which is commonly called cue ball in hand. They are allowed to do this 3 times during a rack. So they could make a shot, pick up the cue ball in hand, or they could pick up the cue ball in hand 3 times in a row to set themselves up with an easy shot. Nice. Okay, now you are in a tough spot, right?
Yes, I'm thinking I'm going to.
Now you're pretty proficient in pool, correct? How long have you been playing?
Oh, well, I started when I was 13, but I've really been trying the last year.
That was like 4 years ago?
It's been a little more than that.
So now you have, okay, so you have solids. That's a good choice because you were on the end rail, so you elected to take one of your ball in hands. Nice. I hope we
I swore I wouldn't do.
Very nice. Well, you play this pretty well.
Played a couple times.
Yeah, very nice. Oh, you gave Angela a chance. I like that.
I was trying to get to my team.
All right, Angela.
All right.
Get over on that side.
Okay.
You don't even need to touch the cue ball. You see this? This is a combination that goes,
Right.
You have stripes. Just hit the ball right there. Let's see what happens. Nice. Very good. Now, that was a good shot. Now, you are not so proficient, correct? In this format, you do have a chance to make bowls. So what I would do is you can pick up the cue ball, because you still have, there you go, pick it up. Now, let's put it for this ball. I would say I would try this one. Put the cue ball over here. Let's see what happens. Set it up. There you go. Very nice. All right, let's see if we can make this one. Nice, very good. You're still in a tough spot. Pick up the cue ball. I'm going to guide you along here. Watch. Come over here. Come over here. Look, I'm going to set here. Put the cue ball right there. Look. Put it right there and try and go for the yellow stripe ball on the side. Try and line it up like straight, just like that. There you go. Let's see if you can make that one. Nice. Oh my God. Now you are really quite the amateur. I mean, I bet you haven't played 5 hours of pool in your life. But in this format, you do have 5 minutes. But in this format, you do have a chance to make shots and clear a table. That's what this is all about. So try and make the 11 red stripe ball. Let's see, you got to hit it a little bit on an angle. Let's see. You want to hit it a little bit on this side over here, just a little. It's a little too much. Let's see, move over just a little bit more. About right there, looks pretty good. Not too hard. Oh. Not really. Pick up the cue ball. I'm going to guide you along here. Over here, like I'm going to say. So what happened now?
She's about to.
Oh, so it's your shot now?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what happens. And you have what?
Solids.
You have solids. Okay, so obviously you really don't have much of a shot. Well, you have all different. Now in pool, when you're shooting pool, that's what happens. Even a professional player like myself, many times you don't have a shot or an easy shot. So in this format, we're going to allow you 3 times to pick up the cue ball and place it wherever you'd like for an easy shot. Now, for me, because you are not a professional player, correct? So you are an amateur. In fact, we played a couple days ago. It's like your first time. So I'm going to let you pick the cue ball up, so pick it up. Now, you have solids. I'd put the cue ball in this area, set it up straight in, just like this. Try and make this shot. Then you'd have an easier shot on your next shot. So go ahead, try and make that ball. Line it up, see what happens. Nice shot, Angela. Make your bridge. Let's do it like this. There we go. Let's go back and forth a little bit. Let's see, hit. Very nice. Now, do you have nerve enough to play this one? Or you try it again. I think you should try this one. Now, you have really never played at all, so in this format, even a person like yourself, obviously you're going to get better as time goes on, but it does give you a chance to make balls and possibly win games. That's what this is all about. So go ahead, let's see a line. Now you can just follow this one right along the rail. Just don't hit it too hard. You make your bridge, put your thumb, there you go. Nice shot. Well, you're good. Now again, here. Okay, we clap for that. Now come over here. Now here's the thing. When a good player plays the ball, I not only make the ball, but I also can position the cue ball to have an easy shot. So you are, making the ball is tough enough. So again, you still can move the ball 2 more times. So, you want a suggestion or you want to go on your own?
Suggestion.
Okay, I like that. So what I would do is this. I would put the ball, the cue ball, put it about right here. And you'd have, now the 12 is a little bit in your way, but if you can manage to do a bridge, let's see how we look there. Plus, I like the way you look over the shot. Put your bridge down. There you go. Line it up. Nice shot. Okay, you got one more. So you're smiling. You like this, huh? So come on over here. Come on over here, because so long as you're shooting, you can keep going.
Okay.
So as long as you don't miss, you can. The guys are getting a little worried here. So go ahead, pick it up again. Let's go. Now this is your last time.
Okay.
Okay. So this is your ball, and that's your ball. Okay. So let's try and make this one. Let's see what happens. All right, set it up. There you go. Nice shot.
Nice.
She's getting pretty good. Now you're on your own. Now you have a problem. Now, realistically, your handicap would probably have been higher, so you would have had more ball in hands. But unfortunately, you have a tough situation, so I'm leaving. You're on your own.
Thank you.
All right, welcome. But you did manage to clear 4 or 5 balls off the table. You see what I mean? Because most people that play pool, they might be here forever. Now, we can always cheat a little and go like that. See, now you have a shot. Go ahead. Let's see if you can go for that one. You want to try and hit the blue one, possibly. There you go. That's all right. You get a lift when it's near the cushion.
Okay.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. Now, who's got stripes? Typically, about how it kind of works, the cue ball in hands. I'm going to let these people all be fours. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, got it.
So they're going to get 4 ball in hands. Now, you're getting 2.
I get 2. I only get 2?
3. Okay, you get 3. You're going to get 3. Everybody else is going to get 4. Because, oh, nice break.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Oh, this is a jigsaw puzzle.
Some people don't need handicaps, I guess.
Okay. Make it all be ours. Okay, well, let's do it. Here we have some.
That's better looking. Well, that's what you want to do.
All right.
Uh-oh. See, now you didn't take a ball in hand, did you?
No, I didn't.
Now, if I remember, I think she has, or somebody has 1 ball in hand left. Who's shooting the solids?
See, my cue is clear out there?
Doubles.
Okay, and then it would be your turn next. After she shoots, then it goes you, and if you make or miss, it makes shots. So you make those, then you shoot your shot. You're
I
gonna
was
probably
just taking a ball in
You're
hand
gonna
right
wanna
now
use a ball in
and
hand,
shooting
I think,
it
because
this
you don't
one
really have a
because
shot. Yeah, you're
if you can get it to stop, you either have that one or that one.
There you go. That's thinking ahead.
You're solid.
Yeah, we can actually start
But if you
just
count
try
the
to
other
hit it a
way,
little bit low.
Still over more.
Yeah, a little bit more.
There you go. Now you're online. Nice shot.
just like-
Look at that. He's set up for the next one.
Very nice.
So basically, here's what happens. We play in a league. Everybody starts from scratch. Okay, now everybody's going to get 3 cue ball in hands. But what happens is every week that you win or lose 2 in a row, your handicap is always going to fluctuate. Meaning, if you are pretty good and you have 3 cue ball in hands, meaning you can pick the cue ball up and put it anywhere on the table for your next shot. If you win week 1 and week 2, and you won 2 matches, you are now a 2, meaning you can only pick the cue ball up now twice, which makes it more difficult for you.
Okay.
If you win the next 2 weeks, you'd now be a 1.
Right.
On the other hand, if someone's not as proficient, a lot of these people are beginner players. If they lose 2 weeks in a row, instead of getting 3, they would get 4, which is a bigger advantage.
Right.
Possibly 5 and even up to 6. So within time, everyone's going to be fairly close to where they're going to be able to make balls off the table and have fun and win games. That's the way the system works. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it's a nice system. Nice shot. See, I can see your game is improving as we go. Seriously. Oh, I get a little closer. Look, I'm going to explain. When you take cue ball in hand, okay, that means here's the cue ball. I pick it up in my hand. You don't want to be so far away from the ball. You don't want to put it that close because then you have problems. So you want to be about, 5 or 6 inches, in my opinion, is a good, easy type shot
Just about right.
for most people.
Oh, so close though.
Nice shot. Boy, she drilled it in. So who's next? Now, here's the catch. The more matches you win, the more your handicap is going to drop. Every 2 wins or every 2 losses, when you're playing match play every league night, your handicap is going to change. So if a player wins week 1 and the same player wins week 2, his handicap would now be a 2, not a 3, which means he would have to pick up the cue ball now only twice a game, which makes it a little bit more difficult. Let's say that player wins week 3 and he wins week 4. He would now be a 1, meaning he can only pick the cue ball up 1 time during a rack, which again makes it more difficult. On the other hand, let's say you're not as proficient. Let's say you lose week 1 and you lose week 2. You would now be a 4, meaning you can pick the cue ball up 4 times during a rack so long as you are shooting. If you lose the next week and the following week, we hope that doesn't happen, you would now be a 5, which means you can pick up 5 times during a rack of 8 ball, pick up the cue ball. The handicap goes up to 6. So it's 0 to 6. 0 would be a very proficient player. A 6 would be more of a novice or a beginner. but I'm sure everyone is going to have fun with this new and unique handicap system. It's extremely fair and even for all. There you go. See now, you're getting the hang of this, but I'd get a little closer. A little more, a little more. There you go. Why so far? Nice shot. Well, I'll tell you, I am impressed because yesterday, I've got to say, yesterday, right, I kind of showed you a few little things and you were like all over the place, and now you look pretty good. But now here's the one thing I did not tell you about the way the system works. Wherever the cue ball stops on the last ball, you must shoot the 8 where it lays. You cannot pick up the cue ball and position it for an easy shot on the 8. So you have to play the 8 ball by itself. The only way you would get cue ball in hand on the 8 is if someone before you made a mistake and you were only on the 8 ball, and let's say you were playing someone and they scratch where the cue ball goes in a pocket, that's an automatic cue ball in hand. Then you'd pick up the cue ball and put it for an easy shot on the 8. But the way it is now, you must shoot the 8. So go ahead, I have confidence in you. I'd go for the corner pocket. See, it's kind of a straight shot for that corner. Now, if you miss this, you're going to lose the game now. Now, I don't want to put any pressure on you. Try and line it up. Whoa, that was not bad. That was not bad. This is a tough game because all the balls are near the cushions. That always makes it very difficult. Here's what's going to happen, especially now, more proficient players are going to be using 1 or maybe 2 cue ball in hands. An average pool player in the United States today would need, in my opinion, 2 or 3 ball in hands to run a rack of 8 ball from the break and beyond. And lesser players are going to need more ball in hands. But what happens is, over time, everyone should feel comfortable that they can make enough balls. But the 8 ball, what happens is, most of the mistakes are going to get down towards the 8 ball, in my opinion. So people are going to, you see this game here, you got the 8 ball and 2 balls left. When amateur players play, they may take 30, 45 minutes to play one game of 8 ball because they miss and miss and miss and miss. This way people are clearing balls off the table, having more fun, and it always gets down to 1 or 2 shots per game. Look at that shot. Now, ball in hand. Somebody's got to have a ball in hand. Uh-oh, Ashley. Let's go over here. Ooh, people miss too, you know. That happens. So who's shooting what in this game? Hit it more over here. The other way.
Yeah, back of your stick.
There you go. That looks better.
Should I hit it down like you told me?
Yeah, that's good. Not too hard. Nice shot.
Very nice, very nice.
Now again, we are witnessing, now these are total amateur, most people that play, well seriously, but here's the thing, if you came in a pool room, 1 game of 8 ball, if you two were playing, that might take an hour because you're going to make a lot of mistakes. But in this, people of all walks of life have a chance to compete on any level and have a chance to win games and matches and possibly go to Las Vegas for the big money. That's what this is all about. Now you have a problem, though. Now, if it was me, I'm going to show you. Go ahead, take the ball in hand. Well, what do you think would be an easier shot? I'd like over here. I like putting the cue ball right here for that middle pocket. Line it right up, straight in. Let's see here. There you go. I like that shot. So look at a straight line. Now, you've only been playing pool for like a day.
Yeah.
So, you're doing pretty good, though. Line it up. Nice shot! Now that you understand the handicap system, let me explain a little bit of how you score in this game. There will be 5 people playing every league night. So you have 5 people on a team. Each player will play 1 match at least. So a winning score would be if your team wins 3 matches to 2 matches. That team would now get 3 points. If your team wins 4 matches to 1 match, your team would get 5 points. And if your team wins 5 matches to 0, shutting out the other team, your team now gets 7 points. So the more your team wins, the more points you get. And after 16 weeks, those points are accumulated during a session. Then we have our playoffs. So what we're going to do is take the top scoring teams. Those teams will now go into the playoffs. So you can see that your team always wants to try and win every match to have a chance to go to the playoffs. Now, if any team loses any score, your team would always get 2 points. So that's kind of roughly the way our format works, and we hope you're going to have a lot of fun playing in our league. Let's see you shoot this shot, the blue ball for the pocket. Go ahead. Let's play the 2 ball. Let's see what happens there. Now you know what happens there? If that ball went in the pocket, that would have been a legal shot, but you didn't hit the ball. It has to at least hit a cushion.
Okay.
So when you hit an object ball, a stripe or a solid, including the 8, and it does not reach or does not hit a rail, that would be an automatic foul, just like the cue ball goes in a pocket. So now you get to pick up the cue ball. That's a normal foul, but that does not include a handicap foul. So that doesn't reflect your handicap. You must always hit a ball to a cushion, or the ball must go in a pocket.
So that adds to your ball in hand.
Yes, because if you, how many, you have what, 2 ball in hands left this game? So you have 2 ball in hands. So you gave him a ball in hand. That's an extra ball in hand.
You're welcome, man.
Thank you. So now, in this game, right now you'd have 3 from this position, because that does not reflect your handicap. Any foul, that shot is exactly the same as if the white ball goes in a pocket.
Okay.
Or let's say you have solids, but let's say you hit a stripe. That's also a foul. You must hit your ball first. So you always must hit your ball first. So if you have solids and you hit a stripe, that's a foul, just like cue ball going in a pocket. If you hit the 8 by mistake and not hit one of your balls, that's also a foul, just like the cue ball went in a pocket. Ball in hand. Ball in hand. Those are standard 8-ball rules. Let's say this is a shot. These 3 balls are stuck together. Or they could be like this. Something of this nature. This comes up in pool all the time. If you have stripes, you're allowed to hit this stripe, even into a solid, so long as the stripe goes. So long as you hit your stripe first, you can, or there's another situation. That is also a legal shot. So long as you hit your ball first, this shot counts.
Okay.
You cannot, however, do this. If you have stripes, you cannot hit a solid, or you cannot hit the 8. That is not legal. That's like a cue ball in hand in a pocket. So, yeah, I mean, realistically, if you have stripes, it could be something like this. That would be a legal shot. Look, that's a good shot. So there you go. That's something to that's in the rules. There are some rules in there you'd have to read up on, but most of the rules are standard. So, as you play more and more, most 8-ball rules are pretty standard around the country. Most people play, you make solids, you make stripes, you make the 8. That's who wins the game.
Now, what if somebody makes a ball in on accident because it wasn't a call shot? Is that foul?
The what?
It's like bar rules. Like
Yes.
if you're playing slop.
Oh, no. Now, that's a good point. In this format, every shot must be called. You cannot slop a ball in.
Okay.
Because of the use of the ball in hands, most people are not going to be missing ball in hands. So every shot, we are in the assumption that you are calling your shot. Now, if situations come up like this, let's say there's 2 solids and the cue ball's way up table, the guy may have to declare 5 ball or 4 ball. But in obvious shots like this, we know that you're playing the 15. Okay, we know you're shooting the 4 ball. But anything if you were like this, and you were here, you'd have to declare, which one are you shooting, the 4 or the 1? And it must go in that pocket.
Okay.
If you, like a shot, let's say you shoot this ball, it misses, goes around the table, goes in another, you lose your shot. You must call your shot in the pocket.
Okay.
Unless it's so obvious everyone knows what you're
Now,
doing.
what is that called in the pool world?
That's call your shot. You must call your shot.
It's not slop or anything.
It's not slop. No, this is call pool. This is like real pool.
Okay.
Now, you do not, here's another thing. You do not have to call, let's say this ball was right here, and let's say you shot the 4 ball and you hit it, and it maybe kissed this ball and still went in the pocket. That does not matter. All you have to say is purple ball in that pocket. It does not matter how it goes in.
Okay.
See, because a lot of people are they don't understand with these shots, because a lot of times you can have a ball right there. I go 5 ball, it comes down. See how it kissed and went in? That's it. You don't have to call the kiss. Yeah.
As long as that ball you call goes in.
So long as that ball, and the other thing is, if it goes in another pocket, you lose your shot, just like you miss. So you figure if you call a shot and it goes anywhere else but that pocket, it's just like you missed it. Get any ball that goes in that you did not call and it just happens to go in a different pocket, all balls stay down. All except the 8 ball. Now, the only way you lose on the 8 ball, I'm going to show you something else. This is interesting. Let's say the 8 ball's here. I'm shooting at the 8 ball. Guess what? I'm stuck behind this ball. All the balls are gone on the table. Let's go like this. Here's the situation. You had solids, you made them all. You tried to position over here for the 8, but your ball wound up behind his.
And you don't get ball in hand on the 8 ball.
No, you do not get, but this is, you're still shooting. So you've made all your solids. Instead of being here for a good shot on the 8, your ball landed there. You must try and hit that ball. So you must try and hit a cushion, some kind of way. Now, if you do not hit the 8, let's say you go like this, you totally miss the 8. That you don't lose the game. That's not a loss of game. That's only cue ball in hand. That's a foul. Okay? The only way you lose the game in 8 ball at the end in a situation where you have the 8 on the table is if, 1, you hit the 8, you must hit the 8 and scratch. If I try and hit the 8 and the cue ball goes in the side pocket, that's not loss of game. That's cue ball in hand. The only time you lose the game trying to hit a cushion into the 8 is when you hit the 8 and then the cue ball goes in a pocket. Okay? Now the other thing is this. Let's say I go 8 ball side pocket. I'm just a 1 in a million shot, but they go in. You hit the cushion, you hit the 8, but it goes in the corner. You lose the game. If you call the 8 in a certain pocket and it goes in another pocket, you lose the game. The only time you really lose the game kicking is when I kick, touch the 8, and then the white ball somehow finds a way in a pocket. Any other time, it's just a foul. Yeah. Which we believe those are the best rules in 8 ball. A lot of rules vary. There's a lot of, every bar has different rules in 8 ball. But those, I feel, I've been around almost 50 years, I feel that is the best rule. I'm not going to penalize a guy for playing a safety shot and then he doesn't hit the 8 and you lose the game. That doesn't seem fair to me.
Can they jump the ball?
You can jump the ball, yes. Now in this league, a lot of leagues play what they call a jump cue. That's a small little cue, and guys go and they can do amazing shots. Just like this, jump over this ball, hit the 8, make it. In our league, you cannot. That cue is not allowed. You must use this. If you like shooting pool, you need to play on our league. We have the best handicap system that's the most fair. We're offering the most prize money ever in a single division, over $1 million, and one lucky team is going to win $250,000. Maybe I'll see you in Vegas.